There are some places on Earth where it seems the very ground is cursed. This is one such place. Welcome to my channel. In the next 60 seconds, we're gonna find out what's really going on here. Imagine a place where the Earth itself refuses to live. No grass, no trees, just a barren circle in the middle of the forest. For over 200 years, locals say this spot belongs to the devil himself. They call it the Devil's Tramping Ground. Let me set the scene for you. You're flying through the dark woods of Chatham County, North Carolina, on a foggy night. Below you, the tall trees take on a menacing appearance as an eerie glow emanates from the forest floor. The air grows heavy with the smell of sulfur, and you can hear the whispers of the wind as it rushes through the trees. Suddenly you see it, a circle of dead land. In the old maps it was known as the Devil's Tramping Ground, and according to legend, the soil is so tainted here that not even the toughest of trees can grow in the area. Locals claim that if you walk to the center of the circle, you'll be met with an otherworldly sight. A sulfurous mist will rise from the ground, and the trees around you will begin to shake and moan. Some say they've seen the devil himself pacing back and forth inside the circle, planning his evil deeds for mankind. So let's explore this place together, shall we? Here we go. Located in the woods of Chatham County, North Carolina, this strange circle measures about 40 feet across. According to local legends, the circle first appeared in the 1700s and has remained there ever since. People have been trying to explain this phenomenon for centuries. Some say the soil is dead because the devil pees in it. Others say the ground is cursed by a Native American witch doctor. But the most popular legend says that the circle is the result of a pact made between the devil and a local farmer named Billy Toes. One day, Billy Toes was plowing his field when he came across a strange black rock. He picked it up and put it in his pocket without realizing that it was cursed. That night, the devil appeared to him in a dream and offered him a deal. In exchange for the rock, Billy could have anything he wanted. Billy agreed, and the devil vanished. When Billy went to show the rock to his friends the next day, they all laughed at him. But when they reached out to touch it, their hands were burned, so they ran away screaming. And that's when the legend of the Devil's Tramping Ground began. Some say the devil still walks this earth at night, and those who hear his footsteps should beware. For he is said to roam the tramp's ground, looking for new victims to tempt. Do you believe in the devil? Let me know your thoughts. There are many places around the world where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be at its thinnest, where ghosts are said to roam free, and where the devil himself is said to walk. But there is one place in particular that has a dark reputation, a place where campers have had terrifying experiences that they will never forget. And it's all because of this. This is the Devil's Tramping Ground. It's a perfectly circular barren patch of earth in the woods near a lake in North Carolina. Nobody knows how deep it is or what lies beneath it. Some say it's a portal to hell. Others say it's a gateway to another dimension. In the 1930s, a local legend told of a young woman who wandered into the woods and disappeared. Some say she was never seen again, while others say she emerged from the tramping ground, having aged significantly, and with no memory of the time that had passed. But it wasn't until 1966 that the tramping ground gained a sinister reputation. That's when a group of campers decided to spend the night here. They sat around a fire, telling stories and laughing, just like any other group of friends on a camping trip. But when they woke up in the morning, they found that their tents had been inexplicably moved. They were pitched outside the circle, dragged by an unseen force. And it's not just campers who are affected by this strange phenomenon. Even dogs refuse to enter the tramping grounds. And those who do soon become disoriented and scared, whimpering as they run away. Locals tell stories of whispers and red glowing eyes peering out from the darkness. Some have even seen shadow figures circling above the tramping ground, watching their every move. It was then that the legend of the tramping ground began to grow. People started to believe that the area was cursed, that something evil lurked beneath the surface, something that could drag you into its realm and snuff out your life. As the years passed, more and more people came to the tramping ground to test their luck, only to turn back in terror when they felt the evil presence that permeated the very air they breathed. But some say that if you stand in the center of the circle and make a wish, it will come true. So despite the danger, some foolish campers have risked their lives to do just that, only to vanish without a trace. What do you think? Is the Devil's Tramping Ground really cursed? Or are these stories nothing but tall tales? Let me know in the comments below. But the most frightening stories were just beginning. People started leaving objects in the circle overnight, only to have them vanish by morning. At first it was just small things, then bigger things. Tools, wagon wheels, even heavy stones. By morning they were gone, as if something or someone carried them away. Some believe it's the devil taking what belongs to him. This went on for years, and the clearing became known as the Devil's Tramping Ground. Then one day, a man named John Mandeville decided he'd had enough. He was going to spend the night in the tramping ground to see what happened. He sat in a chair inside the circle, lit some candles and went to sleep. In the morning, he woke up and the chair was gone. But that wasn't the strangest part. As he looked around, he noticed the trees surrounding the clearing had all been stripped of their leaves. And as he walked out of the woods, he saw something unbelievable. All around the tramping ground were thousands of little pebbles, perfectly round and smooth, just like the stones that had vanished from the circle. People stopped bringing objects into the tramping ground after that, at least the ones that wanted to keep their sanity. But the Devil's Tramping Ground still exists today, and sometimes people still see things being taken from it in the night. I don't know about you, but I'm never going to test that theory. For starters, the soil seems to be the problem. One team of scientists claimed that the high salt content in the soil prevents anything from growing there. You can actually see the salt crystals in the soil samples under a microscope. Other scientists aren't so sure. They believe that someone may have dumped chemicals in the area, but no one knows for sure. What we do know is that people have been hearing strange noises coming from the ground, voices, footsteps, even chains, dragging metal moans. And sometimes the things that are supposed to be safe in your pocket, like your keys or your wallet, just vanish into thin air. So when you zoom out, you can see how big this circle is. It's huge, and all the trees around it are completely dead. All the vegetation is dead. Nothing grows in this circle. There's also a smaller circle inside the main circle, and when you look at the trees surrounding that smaller circle, they're all growing normally. Nothing strange is happening to them. And then if you look in between the two circles, you can see the soil. That's where all the strange things happen. People step into the circle, their keys or their wallets mysteriously vanish. Sometimes people have heard screams in the night, and sometimes they've even seen shadows of strange figures walking across the barren ground. But if you look closely, right in the center of the screen, you can see something moving. There's some kind of movement in the very center of the circle. Could this be the source of the strange phenomena? Is something living in the center of the Devil's Tramping Ground? Or is there something else going on here? One scientist claimed that maybe the ground was cursed by Native Americans. Another scientist said that maybe it's a portal to another dimension. A third scientist said that maybe it's home to a creature from the cryptozoology world, like a Bigfoot or a chupacabra. But really, we don't know what's going on here. All we know is that people experience strange things when they enter this circle. Their things vanish. Sometimes they hear strange sounds, and sometimes they even see strange shadows. But every single scientific theory has failed to explain these events. To this day, paranormal investigators come here to try and capture what some believe is the devil himself on their cameras. And in 2017, one team set up cameras around the perimeter of the tramping ground to see if they could capture anything on camera, and what they got was terrifying. As you can see, an EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon, was recorded while they were out there. And although it may sound like nothing more than just static to some of you, when you read what it says on the screen, it'll give you chills. Get out now. Leave. Don't stay here. The devil doesn't want you to stay here. These are the exact words that were caught on the recording and transcribed by the investigators. That's not all. They also recorded what appears to be the heat signature of someone pacing in the circle. The small video screen in the bottom left corner shows the actual footage from the night vision cameras. And as you can see, there is most definitely something out there in the darkness that doesn't want to be seen. It paces back and forth in the same circle that was found by the farmer all those years ago. Some believe that this is the devil, and he is warning those who trespass not to stay past midnight, because that is when he comes out to play. What do you think? Is this the devil? Do let me know. Whether cursed land, natural mystery, or the devil's personal pathway, one thing is certain. The Devil's Tramping Ground is unlike any place on earth, and if you stand in that circle at night, you may not stand alone. In the remote wilderness of North Carolina, Durham County lies a barren circular patch of land known as the Devil's Tramping Ground, measuring roughly 40 feet in diameter. This strange and unsettling place has become a hotbed for paranormal investigators and curious thrill-seekers alike. The origins of the Devil's Tramping Ground are shrouded in mystery, with some believing it to be the remnants of a Native American burial ground, while others believe that it's actually a portal to hell itself. Local folklore has it that anyone who enters the circle is at risk of being attacked by demons or even dragged down to the underworld. Despite the danger, many have dared to enter the circle, and some have even claimed to have witnessed strange and unexplainable phenomena within its boundaries. But the Devil's Tramping Ground is more than just a local legend. The area was the focus of a scientific study when a team of researchers from Duke University attempted to measure the Earth's magnetic field in the area. What they found was a complete anomaly, as their instruments spun wildly and became completely useless. To this day, the readings from those instruments have never been recovered. So I don't know about you guys, but that definitely sounds like a place I would want to visit. Not really. I'm scared of the dark and the woods and all that. I'd be too scared to go there, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Is the Devil's Tramping Ground simply a curious natural phenomenon, or is it truly a gateway to the underworld? Would you dare camp inside the Devil's Tramping Ground? Tell us in the comments, and remember, some legends never die. Subscribe for more.